Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KV Rising, coming to you live from the Kellyville baseball field. As you can see, the ponies have taken the field. The starting lineups have been talked about already, and on this windy day, blowing straight across the field, flags blowing straight towards right field, should be a left-handed batter's paradise. Today, it's your Kellyville ponies against the Adair Warriors. Once again, you're watching on KV Rising, presented to you by Patriot Air, CT Decorative Concrete and Construction, and CNC Construction. We appreciate our presenting sponsors, as well as all the sponsors rolling across the bottom of your screen. Getting ready to get this underway. The ponies coming into the contest 6-0. Best we can see, Adair is 2-1 is what we've got as far as their stat-wise is concerned. We apologize if that is wrong. And they're landing throw down to Ayers at second base. Trevor Jones on the hill tonight for the ponies. And he'll be facing
first, number 8, Garrett Long.
The shortstop, Garrett Long, the first batter out of the box here for the Warriors. You got Billingsley at third, Mosby at short, Ayers at second, and Jones over at first. And once again, Trevor Jones on the hill for the ponies with Vonner doing the catching duties behind the plate. And his first pitch is in first, called strike one. Connor Smith playing left, Taver Thornbrew in center, and your right fielder is Clayton Wallace. And the second pitch is up high. Actually, he called the first one a ball. I thought he'd called that a strike. So 2-0 count here on Long. There's a shot up the middle, past the diving Mosby, picked up by Thornbrew, and he walks it back into the infield here. So the first batter's on base for the Warriors. Brings up B.J. Mazzullo, number 7. He's your center fielder for the Warriors. And first pitch is in for a called strike one. Long getting a pretty good jump over at first base. Vollner holds him at bay. And runner's off and running. Kind of a hit and run situation. Roll back to Jones on the hill. He throws over to first for the first out of the inning. Puts a runner in scoring possession.
11, Holden Yoder.
Brings up the right fielder, Holden Yoder. Another lefty, so Adair's got a couple lefties, if not more. We'll see as they go through their lineup. Jones with the pitch. That one outside.
Yeah, OSU should be a 3 seed.
Second pitch down in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 here to Yoder. Looks like Adair brought a decent-sized crowd with them today for a baseball game. As the ponies are late rolling in. So 3 balls, no strikes on Yoder here. Just starting the top of the first, as you can see on the scoreboard. Runner at second. Your leadoff hitter led off with a single up the middle. And throws that 3-0 pitch in for a called strike one. And that pitch is inside for ball 4. So Yoder trots down to first base. First and second with 1 out.
Batting fourth, number 10, Chance Condit.
Chance Condit, he is the opposing pitcher for today's contest. And the first pitch is in for a called strike one. No balls, one strike. Runners at first and second. Although our scoreboard, there we go. Jacob finally got. And there's a shot to center field. Thornbrew fighting the wind, drifting over to right field. The guy left early at second base. Let's see if the Ponies appeal that. Umpire's looking straight at it. Oh, and the Ponies do not get the call, although he left way early here in the early goings. But nice play by Thornbrew.
Number 2, Tyler Holt.
So didn't get the call there. Brings up Tyler Holt, the catcher. Good job by Thornbrew out there fighting the wind. That ball drifted hard towards the right field. As to be expected. And no throw down to second as the runner at first takes the free base there. So runners at second and third, 2 outs. Holt, the catcher. And that one's fouled straight back into the screen. No balls and 2 strikes, so Jones gets ahead of the batter here. Jones stepped off the rubber, trying to get the signal from Vollner. And that one's fouled straight back. Looked like Holt fought that off with his hands there. Comes straight back. Beautiful but windy day here at the ball field. If you're in town, stop by. And trying to get him to chase, does not, so it's ball 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the flag is whipping straight across the field. And that pitch got in for a called strike 3. So Jones works himself out of a little bit of trouble there. So after the first inning of play, it's 2 runners left on base on 1 hit. And Jones with his first strikeout to get the side. And we will be back right after this. Okay, we're back to the bottom half of the first inning, leading off for the Ponies and Colton Ayers.
Number 11, Colton Ayers.
Second baseman Colton Ayers leading off for the Ponies. And his familiar left-handed stance in the batter's box. Recently went yard against Porter on Friday night, so Colton does have a little bit of power. Condit on the hill for the Warriors. And he looks at ball 2. And takes the count to 3-0. Trevor Jones on deck for the Ponies. And that's in for a called strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike on Ayers. Just leading off for the Ponies. First batter of the game for the Ponies. So. And he fouls that one off the screen. Full count. And watches that one outside for ball 4. So Kellyville gets their leadoff batter on base.
Pitcher number 25, Trevor Jones.
Brings up Trevor Jones, one of the power hitters that Kellyville has. Hit a couple out the last home game that they played here. But against this wind, it would take a monster shot to get one out to left field where he likes to hit them. And takes ball 1 down low in the dirt. Ayers taking a small lead off first. Don't look like he's in any real hurry to take off. As Jones looks at ball 2. And Condit throws one in for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jones. And throw over, just checking Ayers, but dives back safely. And Jones fouls that one off behind us here, over into the football stands. A curveball. Jones takes it opposite field. That's going to reach right field. Advances Ayers to second. He's going to be held up there, so first and second for the Ponies. Nobody out. Nice piece of hitting there by Jones. Fought off that curveball there at the last second. Punch that through. Brings up Taver Thornbrew, the center fielder for the Ponies. Also with good power, good speed. And he's going to swing at the first pitch. He's going to ground to shortstop. They're looking to turn 2. No way to get Thornbrew. It's going to advance Ayers over to third. So Thornbrew's going to reach on a fielder's choice.
The catcher, number 22, Landon Vollner.
That's going to move Ayers over to third base. Landon Vollner up for the Ponies, doing the catching duties. I look for Thornbrew to go pretty quick. he held off on this first pitch, so in for a called strike one. And he's getting a little bit bigger lead, and there he goes. He slips, actually, but the catcher's just going to throw it to the pitcher, and he slides in second base safely. He slipped and almost fell down trying to take off there. Dirt may be a little bit wet from all the rain we had this weekend. That puts two people in scoring position for Vollner as he fouls one off. No balls and two strikes. And the drop third strike by the catcher. He retrieves it, but did not get away from him enough for Ayers to advance. Throws down to first for the second out of the inning.
Number 18, Cadence Billingsley.
Brings up Caden Billingsley, playing third base today for the Ponies. Two down, bottom of the first. Still scoreless. And swings at the first pitch, strike one. And the second pitch is inside, even the count at one. Thornbrewer at second, Ayers at third. And Billingsley hits one out to the left. That's Neal gathering it. And he fights off the wind for the third out of the inning for the Warriors. So the Ponies are held scoreless. Just like the Warriors had two left on base with one hit. No score going into the top half of the second. Okay, coming back for the top half of the second inning, second baseman Lane Jackson leading off for the Warriors. Trevor Jones still on the mound for the Ponies. Landon Vollner doing the catching duties. And shows a bunt in for a called strike one. Billingsley was making the charge in from third base here. And looked like Jones took something off of that, maybe a curveball, trying to throw a curveball there, misses for Ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch missed outside. And there's a hit to second baseman. That's Ayers. Falls down while catching the line shot there for out number 1.
The designated hitter number 10, Cutter Dinsmore. That's 18, actually. Oh, 18.
Designated hitter here, Cutter Dinsmore.
Sorry, number 18, Cutter Dinsmore. Can't even read my own writing.
Looks like he's hitting for the first baseman, Nate Ratcliffe. And swings through that pitch to even the count at 1. These same two teams will meet again tomorrow in Adair tomorrow afternoon.
Hey guys. What's up?
1 ball, 2 strikes here on Dinsmore. Pitch is going to miss outside. Evens count 2-2. 1 out here in the top half of the second inning. There's a hit to Billingsley at third base. Fielded nicely over to first to Jones for an easy pick.
The left fielder number 5, Ian Neal.
Second out of the inning. Elam Neal, the left fielder.
Elin? It's Ian, I think. That's ours. I'm convinced it's Ian. It's got to be E-I-A-N.
Yeah, we're debating here on if this is Elin or Ian.
Definitely not Elin. That's it. There's a dot above the I. That's it. It's dotted.
Jacob called him one thing, I'll call him another, I guess. If we got any Adair fans out there, we apologize.
Ian Neal. It's got to be. That's it.
Where's Elaine?
Yeah, it's Ian. I'm just going to call him Ian. If he doesn't like it, you can come deal with it up in the press box.
There's a pitch, should have been, ooh, wow. From the umpires up here in the press box, that was strike 3 right there. But down there on the field where it counts, it was actually ball 2, so 2-2. And that one low and then dirt's going to full count here. And he's going to foul that one off down the third base line there, out of play. And the pitch hit right back up the middle there. Out to Adair is going to go off his glove. Neal's going to reach safely.
The third baseman, number 9, Cale Winfrey.
Brings up Kel Winfrey here, the third baseman. So Neal's at first. And with 2 down. Ball had a lot of spin on it. And the first pitch is going to be outside. And that pitch is in for a called strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm going to get some graphics eventually for baseball.
This is the 9-hole hitter here for the Warriors here.
It's going to take me a little bit, but I'm going to get some.
And swings through that pitch for 1 ball, 2 strikes. Like to get out of the inning right here before the start of the lineup. Garrett Long waiting on deck, who singled his first time at the plate. And that pitch is in for strike 3. So once again, Jones ends the inning on a strikeout. So Ponies get out with no harm done. No hits, 1 error, and 1 guy left on base.
Why
And
is
that's
this over again?
moving into the bottom half of the second with Connor Smith leading off for the Ponies. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we're back into action here. Connor Smith leading off for the Ponies. Connor playing left field in his usual position today. Batting left-handed, takes the first pitch down low in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes.
Left fielder number 23, Connor Smith.
And there's a pitch down the gut there for 1 ball, 1 strike. As the flag continues to whip there, coming more out of the north now, so it's kind of blowing in our face a little bit. Luckily, we're set here in the press box under the windows here, so not fighting the wind, but 2 balls, 1 strike. And swings it 1 up in the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Smith. Oh, curveball right there. Kind of mixed him up for strikeout number 1 for, actually strikeout number 2 for Condit.
The shortstop number 4, Kenny Mosby.
Brings up the shortstop, Kenny Mosby. And Mosby swings through the first pitch for strike 1. And takes the next pitch for strike 2, so no balls, 2 strikes on Mosby here. Andy Jones waiting on deck for the Ponies. There's the curveball again. Mosby fights it off down the right side. And there's a curveball that got away from him back to the back of the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I thought it started on Thursday.
Or you didn't have to play.
No, they got 15. They ended up getting 15.
And there's a pitch fouled straight back by Mosby.
Experts. They're picking me.
Kenny's got him a couple dingers or one dinger on the season, so he can go power if he needs to, but the wind is blowing straight in our face right now. And there's that curveball. He's going to hit one down the third base line, just foul. With his speed, it would have been a tough play by the third baseman, so. And that pitch low and in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes coming up on Mosby. Thank you guys for watching on KV Rising. We do appreciate it. And that pitch is inside. Oh, no. The umpire rings him up late.
Had to be that far.
Mosby ducked out of that one. It looked
The first baseman,
inside,
number
but
20, Andy Jones.
gave him the deep inside corner for called strike 3. So they're 2 away for the Ponies. Brings up Andy Jones. And he swings the first pitch, hit down the third base line. Just foul once again. Jones, the first baseman here for the Ponies. And the umpire calls that a strike. The crowd getting a little excited down there,
That was closer to the other one.
thinking it was a little bit low there. But anyway, called strike 2. And then Jones reaches for one, hits a slow roller to second baseman. He can't make the play, so Jones is going to be alive at second on first base on the error by the second
The right fielder,
baseman.
number 5, Clayton Wallace.
Lane Jackson out there playing second base. That would have been a tough play. You had to come a long ways to get it. Brings up Clayton Wallace. And the first pitch is in for called strike 1. Leadoff hitter Colton Ayers waiting on deck. As Wallace swings through that one, strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes. Jones at first, and there's a called strike 3 on Wallace to end the inning. So 3 strikeouts in the half inning for Condit. So we're still scoreless here going into the top half of the 3rd inning. Ponies went down with no hits on 1 error and 1 person left on base.
The shortstop, number 8, Garrett Long.
Okay, we're coming back. Leadoff hitter Garrett Long, who is the leadoff hitter initially for the Warriors, so the second time around on the batting order. hit a single up the middle his first time at the plate. Takes first pitch inside for ball one. And the next pitch is going to hit sharply to Ayers, who fields it cleanly over to Jones for the first out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 7, B.J. Mazzullo.
Brings up the center fielder, B.J. Mazzullo. He actually sacrificed his first time at the plate. Had a bunt right back to the pitcher, but did advance the runner. Jones' first pitch. Now he's going to hit one sharply to Ayers. Ayers fields it cleanly over to Jones. That's out number 2. So the Ponies got 2 outs here on only 3
Right field,
pitches
number
by
11.
Jones. You got to love that if you're the coach. Brings up Yoder. Can't tell whether there's an L in his name or not, but he walked his first time at the plate, so no official at bat yet. And Jones is going to start him off, but it's called strike 1, so. Second pitch is going to miss outside. And the third pitch to Yoder here is inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And there's a shot out to Thornbrew, fighting the wind, plays it perfectly for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Jones on the hill for the Ponies. Ponies coming up in the bottom half of the third with the top of the lineups leading us off. Colton Ayers, Trevor Jones, and Taver Thornbrew. Okay, back to this bottom half of the third inning here, leading off Colton Ayers. Walked his first time at the plate. And he swings his first pitch. That's hit over top of the shortstop. Left fielder coming in, makes a dive. Does not make the play. Ayers makes a wide turn around first, but holds up there. So that's going to be a tough play in this wind. We're going to give Ayers a single there. Right over top of the head of the shortstop, carried into left field. Brings up Trevor Jones. He looks at the pitch up high for ball one. Ayers with good speed over at first. Extending his lead out a little bit. Odds not to run. Jones once again with good power. Likes to pull the ball to left field, and that's going to be hard to hit today. Flag is still whipping up there in the air. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now they got Ayers in a pickle here. And the umpire is going to call a balk, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah, he committed.
You cannot take the first.
He called the balk. The pitcher did not throw to first, made the move like he was going to, so Ayers moves to second. So that evens up the count. Should be a full count.
Should be.
No, balk's not a balk. There's a person on base.
Oh, okay. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it does not count as a ball, but don't matter. Jones wraps that one. Left fielder running back. The wind's going to hold it up. That would have been gone on most days, but not today. So he did get a hold of it, but
The center fielder number 7, Taver Thornbrew.
not today. And not now. Taver, this is set up for him, so I'm calling his shot right here. So
All right, Babe Ruth.
1 away. Ayers at second. There's a shot to right field, and the right fielder makes a good play, and Ayers is going to be held at second there. So 2 well-hit balls by the Ponies, all
The
for
catcher
naught.
number 22, Landon Vollner.
Brings up Landon Vollner. And that pitch is low and inside there for ball 1. And swings through though for strike 1. And there's that curveball hit down the third base line. And calling it foul. So one ball, 2 strikes on Vollner. Fouls that one off out of play.
That one hit directly off the bleachers.
Ayers at second, Vollner at the plate. 2 away for the Ponies. And curveball gets him for strike number 3 to end the inning. So the Ponies go down on 1 hit. 1 guy left on base and no runs. So top of the 4th coming up. Going to have the number 4 hole leading off for the Warriors. We'll be back right after this. Okay, coming back to you. No score in the contest. The pitcher, Chance Condit, leading off for the Warriors. Trevor Jones so far going the distance for the Ponies. Had 1-2-3 inning last inning. And pitch number one down the middle for strike number one. And the second pitch is strike number two. Umpire likes that inside pitch. And there's a shot to Billingsley, going to slide by him. Condit thinking about two, takes a wide turn around first. Nice play by Smith to get the ball in quickly for the Ponies. But the Warriors have their leadoff man on board.
The catcher number 2, Tyler Holt.
Tyler Holt, the catcher, coming up for the Warriors. The ball took a funny bounce and just kind of handcuffed Billingsley there at third. And he shows bunt. Condit back to first, retreats back to first, no throw. And swings through that pitch, actually fouls it off straight back, so hit and run was on by the Warriors. After showing bunt the first pitch, so Billingsley is cheating in on at third base. Sorry. Jones working from the stretch. There's the bunt. Tries to go to the right side. Going to foul it off, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a hard hit to Billingsley. He feels it, goes to second for the out. Cannot turn it for the 2, but gets the lead runner for out number 1.
The second baseman number 1, Lane Johnson.
Brings up Lane Jackson here for the Warriors. First pitch is in for a called strike 1. Holt, the catcher, at first base. And next pitch foul off. Holt not going, so. And good. Oh, close. I thought that was going to ring him up. He went into that motion like he normally does on a called strike 3, but decided that pitch was outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Jackson fights that one off. There's a shot right to Ayers, and he's going to throw to first, and
players. It says
One of the players.
interference on one of their players. So there's nobody.
So not sure what we're seeing here, and our camera angle is not able to see it, but they're holding the runner
That one, hit that
up
number
at
one.
first.
Hit
Looks
something, yeah, hit some equipment over there, which means it's on Adair. That made it dead, not us.
And they're saying,
the throw hit something laying outside of the dugout here, so, and that's Adair's dugout, so he's not allowing the runners to advance because it hit that equipment. So probably a good call there on the umpire's part. Ponies almost had the double play there. Two away brings up Dinsmore, the designated hitter. He grounded out to Billingsley the first inning, or actually the second inning. And changeup gets him to swinging, so no balls, 2 strikes. And he reaches for that one. Flies one out to right field, fighting the wind out there for the Ponies. Clayton Wallace makes the grab for out number 3. So one person left on base on one hit for the Warriors. Still no score. Ponies coming up in the bottom half of the 4th. Caden
It's my pleasure
Billingsley will
to
be
announce
leading
that
off.
Kellyville Baseball Booster Club is selling God's Chicken, otherwise known as Chick-fil-A sandwiches. If you do not know what God's Chicken is, it's a pretty good chicken sandwich.
Okay, we're back bottom half of the 4th. Caden Billingsley, the third baseman, leading us off for the Ponies. Let's see if they can muster some runs here. Condit's still on the hill. First ball's in the dirt for ball 1. And that's in for strike 1. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike. And Billingsley swings through that pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Leadoff hitter, bottom of the 4th inning for the Ponies. And pitcher takes a little too much time. Billingsley asks for a timeout, and the umpire grants it. And curveball didn't fool him. He hits a shot out to center field, but center fielder running in makes a nice easy grab for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 23, Connor Smith.
Connor Smith up next for the Ponies. Struck out his first time at the plate. So 0 for 1, fouls that one straight back to the screen. Decent sized crowd here for a Monday afternoon. Adair's brought a crowd, kind of matched Kellyville's side, it looks like. And if you get a chance to come out and watch the Ponies play baseball this spring or the slow pitch team, both teams should be highly rated in the state and should make a serious run in that regard. So well worth your time to come out and watch. KV Rising will show you as many games as possible. If some games unable to, we will not make the trip tomorrow to Adair. So we will not make the trip to Adair to watch the repeat of this game here. So pitch is up high for that ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks at that one up high. Pitcher Condit trying to get him to chase. 2-2. And swing and a miss for strikeout. So second out of the inning. So 2 down brings up Kenny Mosby.
The shortstop,
The shortstop.
number 4, Kenny Mosby.
And Mosby takes ball 1. And swinging a miss for even up the count at 1-1. And Mosby fouls that one off down the right side, out of play. And hits a slow roller. That's going to be a tough play. You're not going to get Mosby with his speed, so that's going to be an infield single here. Third baseman playing back in his position, just too far to come to pick that one up. So 2 down, Mosby at first. Andrew Jones coming up to the plate for the Ponies. And there's a shot as it stays fair down the left field line, and it's going to be foul, just foul. So that possibly could have been a little bit of trouble if that wouldn't stayed fair, but just foul. And Jones reaches out, grab that, but Condit makes a nice play, running play to get him at first to end the inning. So the Ponies, once again, leave 1 runner on base on 1 hit. No errors. So we're going into the top of the 5th, still tied at 0 with the 8, 9, and 1 hole due up for the Warriors.
outfielder number 5, Ian Neal.
Elan Neal leading off for the Warriors. Trevor Jones still on the hill for the Ponies. And the first pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. Second pitch in for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jacob, we're in the top half of the 5th. If you can fix that on the computer screen. And that's going to be foul off down the left field line. And the strike number 3 right there for Jones.
He's consistent on that. One side, you know?
The third baseman number 9, Cale Winfrey.
Kel Winfrey, third baseman, coming up for the Warriors. And the first pitch misses just outside. Jones went the entire way for the Ponies here. Swings and misses to even up the count. There's going to be a shot down the right field line, all giving chase. And sorry our cameras do not go there. Two balls and 2 strikes. One down here in the top half of the 5th inning. And there's going to be a shot down the right side, just foul. So Winfrey's holding tough here. Got a full count. And in for another call, strike 3. So 2 batters, same result here for Jones. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Garrett Long.
The shortstop number 8, Garrett Long.
1 for 2 on the day. Singled his first time at the plate. Grounded out to Ayers at second. His second trip, so this is 3rd time around here. So takes the first pitch a little bit high. And the second pitch is outside, so 2 balls and no strikes on the leadoff hitter here for Adair. And there's a shot in between Billingsley and Mosby over on the left side. Base hit number 2 for Long, so
The center fielder number 7, BJ Mazzullo.
He's 2 for 3 on the day. Brings up Mazzullo, center fielder, two down. And he looks at the first pitch up high. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And second pitch is in for a called strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Two down. Here in the top half of the 5th inning for the Warriors. And runner goes. Vollner's throw not in time, so stolen base there for Long. 2 balls and 1 strike on Mazzullo, but puts Long in scoring position. And that pitch missed somewhere. I'm not sure where. It must have been down low. Vollner's asking the umpire. He's pointed down low into the dirt. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Now for Mazzullo. And that's going to be to Mosby, who makes a nice play on the slow roller to get out of the inning there. Mosby had to come a long ways to make that play, but makes a perfect throw over to Jones at first. So we're still scoreless here going into the bottom half of the 5th. Ponies have Clayton Wallace leading off, Ayers and Jones to follow. Okay, we're back. Clayton Wallace leading off for the Ponies here. Still scoreless. Squares the bunt. Hits down the right side. Brings Condit off the hill. Did he pull his foot? Yes, he did. We're going to give Wallace an infield base hit there.
The second baseman number
Tough
11,
play by the
Colton
pitcher
Ayers.
and to get him. Unable to do so, so brings up Ayers. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon. He walked his first time at the plate, so his on-base percentage is good, very good. 1 official at bat. He squares the bunt. That's off home plate backwards, so foul ball for strike number 1. Wallace with good speed over at first. Ayers on his first attempt to move him to second. draws the third baseman in. Now the throw to first, that's going to be late. Wallace is back easy, although he did dive, but he got back fairly easy. And there's back to bunt again. Bunts that one straight back behind us, so no balls and 2 strikes. Wallace at first. And Condit's going to throw over there. He's back safely again, so keeping a close eye on him. Decent speed. Ayers with 2 strikes on him at the plate, though. And he's going to look at ball 1. And that's going to be an outside pitch. There goes Wallace, the throw down to second, and it's going to be in time. Going to get him for out number 1. Nice throw there by Holt. So 1 away for the Ponies, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ayers. So that pitch is going to be outside. This umpire seems to like the inside pitch better than he does that outside pitch, although that one looked like it was off the plate. Full count. And there's going to take a ball 4. That's going to be his second walk on the day, giving the Ponies another base runner.
The pitcher, number 25, Trevor Jones.
Brings up Trevor Jones. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Singled his first time at the plate. Then flew out to left field his second time, so. And swings his first pitch, foul out off over by the football field for strike number 1. Ayers at first, 1 away for the Ponies. Just 1 run looks huge for this game today. Both pitchers seem to be in control of what they're doing. There's Jones looking at ball 1. And looked like a little curveball slider. Looked up high, but the umpire's going to give him the call. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jones here. And there's the throw over to try to get Ayers. He dives back safely, so Condit doing a good job keeping the runners at bay here. And Jones and that is called strike 3, so and Coach Nance decides he wants to talk to the umpire here. That's kind of a nonchalant. The umpire really didn't act like he knew what the count was. So it's going to be a called strike 3 on Jones for the second out of the inning here.
This is fielder number 7, Tabor Thornbrew.
Leaves Ayers at first base, brings up Tabor Thornbrew. He flew out to right field earlier. Reached by fielder's choice on his first time at the plate. And curveball in for a called strike 1 from Condit. And a swing and miss for strike number 2. And just gets a piece of that one. Fighting that one off. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's very consistent.
And I'm going to fight that one off out over top of the dressing room area. And there's strike 3 that gets away from the catcher. You're not going to get Thornbrew going down the line that way. So even on the strikeout, he's going to reach first base safely. Ayers is going to advance to second. Brings up Landon Vollner. Brings up Vollner with Thornbrew at first. Ayers at second. 2 away for the Ponies. Looks like an off-speed pitch going to miss just a little bit outside. And that pitch is inside. Vollner was just standing there. 2 balls and no strikes. Whatever it takes to advance the runners there. Now Vollner hits next pitch to the shortstop. He's going to bobble it, and everybody's going to be safe. So looked like a routine play for the shortstop, and when he went to throw it, he just kind of dropped it. So
number 18, Billingsley.
Now we're getting a courtesy runner over for Vollner. Connor Thomas in to do the running for him, so Vollner does his job at advancing the runners, brings up Caden Billingsley. Some big runs out there on the bases right now for the Ponies, so. And he swings to the first pitch, going to foul it out of play back towards the football field. Billingsley, one of those hitters that you like up in this situation. Usually makes contact with the ball, so. And in this wind, anything can happen, so. And there's his shot, and Shortstop going back, the wind playing with it, but a nice play there by the shortstop, Garrett Long, for the third out of the inning. So the Ponies ran 3. So going into the top half of the 6th inning, we're still scoreless, and it looks like Jones coming back to the hill. Okay, we're back. Top half of the 6th, Holden Yoder,
Holden Yoder.
the 3-hole hitter here, leading off for Adair. And takes first pitch in the dirt. And that pitch in for called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yoder walked his first time at the plate. Flied out to center field. Now there's a hit to Ayers over to Jones at first for out number 1 for the Ponies. So brings up the pitcher, Condit.
Pitcher number 10, Chance Condit.
And there's a hit going to be straight back to Thornberry. We got a late jump on it, moving towards the right. He cannot make the play. Tried to make the diving catch.
I think he had it. I think it just popped out of his glove.
Looked like
Catcher
it
number 2,
possibly
Tyler
came
Holt.
out of his glove there at the end, but the wind once again playing havoc with the ball hit out there too deep center field. Condit's not a small player here.
They got 1 out. That was the 4-0 hitter. They were making good effort. Popped out of his glove.
Holt.
Right here, brother. Right here.
And that pitch is in for a called strike 1.
Need it?
And Jones throws back to second. Mosby makes a good play just to keep that out of center field. No balls, 1 strike on the batter here. And there's going to be 1 foul off the right side, so no ball, 2 strikes. That's Condit over at second base, the pitcher for the Warriors. And there's a shot up the middle there. Mosby coming in on the grass, running play for out number 2. Looked like a routine play there for Mosby. Holds Condit at second. And brings up second baseman Lane Jackson. He flew out to errors on both his at-bats previous. And both of them were just kind of line shots straight to errors. So, and the first pitch is in for a called strike 1. And the second pitch down in the dirt, even to count 1-1. Mosby holding Condit close to the bag there at second. And the pitch is going to be hit up the middle there. Thornbrew coming in. And the coach is going to hold him up. A strong throw, and he went anyway. And and we got him at the plate. The coach was hollering stop, but nice throw by Thornbrew. And nice play by Vollner to hold on to that one to end the chance there. The coach was holding him up the whole way, and he just ran through the stop sign. So, nice heads-up play by Thornbrew for the third out of the inning. So, coming up bottom half of the 6th, the Pony's going to lead off Connor Smith, followed by Mosby and Andrew Jones. Okay, we're back. Still scoreless here in the bottom half of the 6th. Let's see if the Ponies can punch one across here. Leading off Connor Smith. And he takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. And that pitch fouled straight back for a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Connor here. And the pitch taken inside, foul off down the right side. So And Smith goes down swinging there for out number 1 for the Ponies.
The shortstop number 4, Kenny Mosby.
Kenny Mosby at the plate now for the Ponies. Swings and misses on the first one. He reached safely his last time at the plate. And there's a shot, but right at the second baseman. Nice hard hit ball by Mosby. For out number 2.
First baseman number 20, Andy Jones.
Andrew Jones at the plate. Reached by error his first time and grounded out to the pitcher his next time up. So see what he can do with 2 outs here for the Ponies. And takes first pitch for a called strike 1. Maybe Condon's just getting warmed up because he looks like he's throwing the ball a little bit harder than what he did starting off. So, but Jones hits a foul ball down the left side. No balls, 2 strikes. Watch for that little curveball he likes to throw when he has the batter down like this. No, went with a fastball and called strike 3. So 3 up and 3 down for the Ponies. Going into the top half of the 7th. 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Warriors. And looks like Jones is going to stay on the hill for the Ponies.
The designated hitter number 18, Cutter Dinsmore.
Dinsmore leading off for Adair. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Made contact, flew out to Smith out in right field. Wallace out in right field his last time at the plate. Grounded out to Billingsley his first time. Strike number 1 with the first pitch. Second pitch misses outside. No score. Top half of the 7th inning here. That pitch is going to miss high and tight, so that pitch is going to be outside there. So ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike here for Dinsmore. Designated hitter for Adair. That pitch is going to be fouled straight back out of play to even make it a full count here. Don't want to see any base runners on base here in this top half of the 7th inning. And Dinsmore's going to reach out. Thornbrew coming in makes the play. Nice grab by Thornbrew out in center field.
The left fielder, number 5, Ian Neal.
Had a good read on that ball and came and got it. Brings up Ian Neal, the left fielder. Struck out his last time at the plate in the 5th inning. Takes the first pitch a little bit inside for ball 1. And takes second pitch in for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. The wind has not let up the whole game. Still whipping across the field here. And a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice pitch there by Jones. Fooled him at the plate. And, oh, I thought he was going to ring him up right there with that pitch. Awfully close. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He does that little backward step that umpire does, and that's usually his strikeout call, but changed his mind. He's going to miss outside there, so going to be a full count. So 2 batters here, and he went full count on both of them here in the top half of the 7th. And swing and a miss for strike number 3 for Jones. That's the second out of the inning. Brings up Kel Winfrey. He struck out his past.
Number 9, Kel Winfrey.
He struck out his past 2 times at the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Be big if the Ponies can get out of the inning right here. Then try to win it in the bottom half of the 7th. Jones has 5 strikeouts on the day, and Winfrey's been 2 of them, so no balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if he can make it a perfect 3. That's got to be strike. Yes, it is. Nice pitch by Jones. Ties his hands, fools him. So the Ponies out of that inning, 3 up and 3 down. Coming up the bottom half of the 7th, Clayton Wallace leading us off, followed by Colton Ayers and Trevor Jones. Folks, you're watching KV Rising, sponsored by Patriot Air, CT Decorative Concrete and Construction, and CNC Construction, as well as all our sponsors rolling across the bottom of the screen. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back right after this. Okay, bottom half of the 7th here. Wallace leading us off, and his first shot's going to be behind the first base. And that's going to be a fair ball. Second baseman can't get to it. Wallace is going to slide into second. So the Ponies have the winning run at second base. And Wallace, he swings at the first pitch. hits a little pop-up down that right side. And in this wind, the second baseman just could not get to it. So Wallace, with a nice hustle, takes it into second. Lead it for the leadoff hitter, Colton Ayers. Now you just have to wonder what the Adair coach is going to do here.
Now, be safe. Yeah. Well, try the best you can.
Ayers squares the bunt. Third baseman making the run in. Takes ball one, pulls it back.
I know. It's hard to just.
Shortstop's going to be working his tail off here this at bat here because he's going to have to cover third, and this third baseman lays back, which coach may have him do because Wallace is just itching to get over. There's the bunt down the third base line, and the third baseman actually is going to play back and cover his bag. So. One ball and one strike to Ayers.
Be safe. Don't be dumb. All right. Bye.
Wallace is the winning run at second base for the Ponies.
Hey, you know how the school went to Missouri? You've already heard? Yeah. Stuck in the middle of O'Reilly's right now. Warrensburg?
And Ayers backs away, calls timeout. Umpire grants it to him.
O'Reilly's because there's tornadoes everywhere. Oh, she's freaking out. She had a panic attack.
And Ayers going to look at that one for ball number 3. 3 balls and 1 strike.
All right. Well, I'll let you go.
Trevor Jones waiting on deck for the Ponies.
All right. 0-0. Bottom of the 7th. 4-18.
And Ayers going to take ball 4. He's going to put runners at first and second.
Mr. White heard him just drove out of the parking lot excessively fast and must have somebody come down.
Pitcher number 25, Trevor Jones. Anyway,
Trevor Jones coming up. Trevor's 1 for 3 on the day, looking just to advance Wallace here. Standing at second, the winning run. So Thornbrew waiting on deck for the Ponies. And he squares the bunt, going to foul it straight back. Third baseman came. Third baseman came forward that time. Shortstop covering the bag there. Strike number 1 on Jones. And Condit's going to step off the back of the rubber to check Wallace. No one to throw to. And that ball's going to get away from the catcher, and that's going to advance Wallace, so that's going to free up Jones here. Wild pitch, going to move Ayers to second and Wallace to third, but Wallace is the one we're concerned with. He is the winning run. It only takes 1 here. You got Jones looking at a 2 balls and 1 strike count. You just wonder if the Adair coach may put him on or what. Be very dangerous putting him on pitching to Thornbrew, but But that's what they're going to do. They're going to intentionally walk him to load the bases. That's almost a have to attempt by the coach there. I mean, he had really no choice. The bad news is you get to face one of the better hitters that Kellyville has in Trevor Thornbrew, with the wind blowing in the direction he likes to hit them. So anything, I think, out to the outfield grass in the air should score Wallace, as the coach decides he wants to talk to Condit out on the mound, and now he's pulling in his infield. So kind of desperation, but a good sign for the Ponies here. So now Coach Nance wants to talk to his base runners as well as Coach Thornbrew coming across the field. So we're in a conference timeout right now. You're watching on KV Rising, presented by Patriot Air, CT Decorative Concrete and Construction, and CNC Construction. We'll be back.
The center fielder, number 7, Taylor.
Okay, we're back. Trevor Thornbrew at the plate. Nobody out for the Ponies here. Bases are loaded, just needing one run to cross the board to get the victory here. And Thornbrew's swinging away, and he hits that one way foul. I'm glad I parked way out there, because straight off out behind. Thornbrew actually reached by error, striking out, reaching by error on the catcher. His last time at the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Base on balls does bring in the winning run, so bases are loaded. Jones, Ayers, and Wallace are your base runners. Nobody out. And Thornbrew's going to watch that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. So he's going to get a good pitch to hit, I believe. And that ball's going to be in the dirt. So we're 1 pitch away from the winning run crossing the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. You would think Condit's going to have to come down the gut with a fastball here. Wait on Thornbrew just to. And that's inside, ball 4, and that's going to win it for the Ponies. Make sure all the runners touch the base as Wallace comes across home plate, and they all touch the base. The Ponies win 1-0. And to advance to 7-0 on the year, Trevor Jones, the winning pitcher for the Ponies, he had six strikeouts.
Take the win, 1-0. They advance to 7-0.
As the Ponies advance to 7-0, and I believe this is a district contest for the Ponies, or a conference contest. So, like I say, both teams will meet tomorrow afternoon in Adair. So, should be another good one. But the Ponies win this one 1-0. Put that on my scoreboard, Jacob, just so the fans can see that. So, taking a team effort, but a nice pitching job there by Trevor Jones. He finished with 6 strikeouts on the day. Scattered some hits across. Trying to count them up real quick, but just 1 or 2 base on balls. So Trevor Jones did his duties on the hill, and the defense behind him picked him up there when they needed to. JV game's going to follow. We're going to sign off here. Coach Nance did say he would give us an interview after the game if the Ponies won. So I wouldn't force him to come up here if that would have worked out differently. But so we're going to hang around just a little bit just to see if he's going to make his mark up here to the press box for a quick interview. And you guys can hear directly from the coach. But the Ponies advance to 7-0. Adair falls to 2-2, the best that we can tell from what we're seeing without talking to their coaching staff and all that. But just bear with us. We're going to keep the camera on the field as the JV team begins to warm up, and just give Coach Nance a few minutes before we start packing up. Okay, we're getting ready to sign off here, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Nance, he may not have a voice after the game, to be honest with you, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. But he does have a JV game, and he's trying to get the field ready and talking to some fans and all that. But we're going to go ahead and sign off. We will catch up with him sometime throughout the season. But once again, the Ponies win at 1-0 over Adair. Both teams will play tomorrow at Adair. KV Rising will not be there tomorrow. Don't know how Kellyville plays at the Perry tournament this coming weekend. We may try to get down there on Saturday if we can, but we will definitely let you know on social media. Thanks again for watching on KV Rising. Proudly sponsored by Patriot Air, CET Decorative Concrete and Construction, and CNC Construction, as well as all our gold sponsors scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We'll see you next